So at about 9:15 p.m. tonight, at the 1200 block of South Lake Shore, our officers observed a car that was hit on a license plate reader technology in connection with a murder. The police helicopter was called to follow the car. Our officers ended up in Lyons, Illinois, Lyons, Illinois, at 8050, that's 8050 West Ogden, Ogden, in Lyons, Illinois, where the offender's car stopped into the gas station for gas. The offender comes out, our officers surround this offender, a struggle ensues, and one of our officers who has his handgun out during this struggle has an accidental discharge of his weapon, likely striking two of our officers who are here at the hospital being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. And we'll take any questions.
So how many times did he fire his weapon then?
Once.
Okay. Where were they?
Arm and shoulder. Arm for one officer, shoulder for the other. So likely a through and through for one officer into another officer.
Any details on the murder? This is, in connection
We're still following up on those details, but the license plate reader hit was on the plates for the car. We're following up on the occupants of the car and their connection to the homicide.
You mentioned that the officers followed this car that was stopping for gas, so that sounds like it wasn't an active pursuit.
No, it was not an active pursuit. It was pretty textbook. Want to get the helicopter up to follow the car. We actually lost sight of the car for a moment, but the helicopter did not. The helicopter directed us to the Sitco at 8050 West Ogden in Lyons, Illinois.
Anybody in custody?
Yes.
And any weapons recovered?
A weapon was recovered inside the car, not on the offender, but inside the car. Two people are in custody, and we're following up on their connection to the homicide.
So you said that this was pretty textbook, so how does an officer accidentally, how does that kind of happen?
You mischaracterized what I said. We were talking about something different than what you're talking about. We were talking about how we followed the car. Okay. You're talking about the actual discharge. Mm-hmm. Don't conflate the two. So I answered their question. You took the last part of my answer to their question and conflated to your question. So your question is about the accidental discharge, and that will be investigated by COPA.
The officers who were shot, men, women?
Both men.
What about the officer whose weapon went off?
I'm not sure about that. That's at the scene. We'll get that out to you as soon as we confirm who that officer is.
The offender, the suspect's weapon, was that weapon fired? Was it being brandished in the middle of all this? Or was it
No, it was not.
So it was just in the car?
Yes.
Okay, final question.
And will that officer be on desk duty for department policies for discharge?
Normal protocols, at least 30 days of administrative duties, could be longer based on the circumstances as we continue to investigate this.
How are all three doing?
Non-life-threatening. They seem to be in decent, good condition. But again, we just got to the hospital. Doctors are still treating them.
And the officer who fired the weapon as well?
The officer who fired the weapon is not injured, but obviously it's very traumatic to have accidentally have this happen.
Okay, thank you guys. And
Thank you.
We'll update our media mins too.
Appreciate it.
As the investigation continues
Thank
tonight.
you. Thank you.
Thanks.